Well, guys, this is what's left of the debris here over my shoulder. There were plenty of firefighters that were here earlier. It's giving trick or treat. Don't smell my feet, but definitely give me something good to eat. Without that FDA approval, that was the reason why some people decided they didn't want to get the shot. In this police report, the woman in question says she tells police that the clerk was upset about something she did. Now, beyond just opinions that are being shared on social media, if you actually come out here on Broadway Street, so in order to keep porch pirates from stealing packages like this one, now what we do have confirmed from Pine Bluff Police is that at exactly 10 o'clock this morning, sure, it's the summertime, but because it's been raining off and on, but it was 20 years ago on 9/11 that he served a group of survivors at another church outside the World Trade Center. So right now, it's an all hands on deck situation with fire crews and energy crews and even air quality control for the aftermath of this fire.
This is probably my favorite recent pictures.
Pictures are worth 1,000 words.
That was actually, we celebrated her birthday.
And for Tommy Norman, they're a novel, a never-ending story showcasing the life of his daughter, 26-year-old Alyssa Norman.
The holidays, she loved being with family.
Who died last Wednesday.
The last text that we had from each other this past Tuesday night of last week was that we love each other.
You are Officer Norman. A lot of people know you, but a lot of people really didn't know Alyssa before this happened. So who is Alyssa?
Alyssa is a beautiful young lady who I was fortunate enough to call my daughter. She always got her way with me. She knew to come to me if she wanted to get something. And when you have a little girl and she grows up, she's still your little girl.
Young and beautiful. With a heart of gold, Alyssa was her father's daughter.
Hey, Asia. Thank you so much for sending me that video. I hope you have a great day, Asia. And my dad loves you so much, and I love you too.
But Alyssa Norman was someone that everyone loved. She fought her battles like we all do. But one of the last things that she told me is, Dad, I've got this. I've got this.
Do you know when she started to struggle?
It's probably maybe been 4 or 5 years, maybe longer than that.
Alyssa struggled with addiction. A few months ago, she shared her testimony of fighting addiction at the Harbor House in Conway. Back in August, she was baptized.
Alyssa, I baptize you in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit.
Nobody saw this coming.
Norman shared some of her last moments on social media.
And those memories could never be taken away.
So were you guys always close?
We weren't always close.
Would you say that a part of her struggles was a reason why you guys might have been estranged for a bit?
Could have been. It could have been. You know, I mean, sometimes, you know, when you are struggling with certain demons in life, sometimes it can pull you away from your loved ones. When our relationship reconnected, the first day that we reconnected was at church. I surprised her. I showed up that day. And we hugged each other and we cried.
Alyssa is a part of the thousands of Americans who struggled. During the pandemic last year, over a 12-month span, 100,000 Americans died from overdoses. And it's still a shock to Norman, who remembered her Tuesday at a visitation.
Yesterday at the event, you were talking to someone, and I remember you saying that I haven't had a moment to just bawl. You are Officer Norman, but you just kind of want to be Tommy, her father. How hard is that?
You know, being a public servant, you devote your life to making other people happy and being there for other people in times of sorrow. And, you know, what I'm dealing with personally is just not being able to let these emotions out. I know that the grieving process comes in time.
But it's been the outpouring of support from all over the globe that's helped Norman cope. Like this video of children in Kenya praying for the Norman family.
What do you want Alyssa Norman's legacy to be?
I want Alyssa Norman's legacy to be that you don't quit. Maybe you're knocked into this corner and you're pushed down, but you have to get up and keep fighting. Keep living life.
It started off as a community post on Facebook. A cat following a man from his car along 10th Street. That cat is a 15-year-old rescue named Rosemarie. And the cat's out of the bag about how she's been greeting people around the neighborhood.
I went to the Little Rock Animal Village about 13 years ago. They had told me that they had this cat that was an owner surrender. So I just assumed something had happened to her mom, like she got put in a nursing home. And I was like, oh, I feel so sorry for her. I'll take her home. Well, the owner surrendered her because she was mean.
But as she grew older, she started being nice and even friendlier. And while Lux is busy volunteering and advocating for other animals, the possibilities are endless for Rosemarie, who struck up an unlikely friendship with a neighbor, Mr. Raymond.
I can't explain it, but well, I have been a pet lover, and me and Rosemarie just fit.
He's retired, and they've been friends since moving into the neighborhood nearly 5 years ago. They go on walks around the block every morning. It's routine, like clockwork, on the dot at 11 a.m.
To stop her from catching birds.
It's followed by time spent at Mr. Raymond's house, watching soap operas like The Young and the Restless and The Bold and the Beautiful.
And she don't like Adam, because she smiled at him every time he show up on the picture.
This is somewhat of an unlikely friendship. How did you guys become friends this way?
The apartment I stay in won't allow me to have pets. Then pets can be expensive to take care of them right, you know. And being on a fixed income, I wouldn't want one that I couldn't take care of.
Which is why he's happy to have Rosemarie in his life now. It's the perfect friendship.
She's companion.
Jade Jackson, THV 11 News. Walking into the Pulaski County Detention Center.
And you're gonna sit your things over here.
You can expect to be greeted by a female deputy.
Where you from, man?
Oh, Jade, THV.
Up front with THV.
Mask, temperature, and bag checks are followed by going through metal detectors before you enter the facility. But beyond the inmates inside, it's the deputies, assigned to both male and female prisoners. 71% of detention deputies are African American. 45% overall for the Sheriff's Department are women.
We're a team around here.
From intake to laundry duty, it's the faces of multiple women, mostly black, seen around the facility.
If you come here and have a mindset of being fair, firm, and consistent, your personnel in here, you work good together, your inmates will follow you.
Leading over the detention's operations and housing is Major Tony Rose, the first African-American major for the facility. Promoted to the position last year. Her career started back in 1996. It's taken her 25 years to reach this point, and she could retire, but chooses not to.
To me, it's just a step up, but I feel that with stepping up, I get a little bit more opportunity to root for the personnel more so of changes.
Life behind a desk and in meetings with her everyday cup of coffee comes with the reminder that every rank in the facility is important. She rose from the bottom to make a difference at the top.
What have been like some of the challenges that you've had to face with this new role?
Trying to find a better way to make this place better.
What she does, she cares about the people that work with her or for her, and she also cares about the individuals that are housed in this facility.
The job doesn't come easy, but Major Rose says it's still worth it.
And so with that comes a lot of responsibility on your personnel that's down there, which weighs a lot on them. And when it's weighing heavy on them, even though I'm not down there, it weighs heavy on me.
Jade Jackson, THV 11 News.